Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Rajeshwar from YR Pharma Tube. In the preceding lesson, we discussed on the individual drugs of barbiturates, the first type of sedatives and hypnotics. If you did not watch the video, hit the I button on top right of this video to watch it. For the other topics of medicinal chemistry, click on the links given in the description below this video. In this lesson, we shall try to understand the second type of sedatives and hypnotics, that is benzodiazepines, their introduction, chemistry and clinical uses. As discussed in the previous videos, the barbiturates were used for a long period of therapeutic use as sedatives and hypnotics, and now they have been largely replaced by benzodiazepines. The barbiturates lost their reputation because of several reasons, which include lack of specificity of their effect in the CNS, low therapeutic index, occurrence of tolerance, and greater liability for abuse. Benzodiazepines possess sedative hypnotic properties to varying degrees and have attained clinical popularity because of their remarkably low capacity to produce fatal CNS depression. Benzodiazepines were developed as anti-anxiety drugs with low potency as general depressants of central nervous system function. Thus, they are also discussed under psychoactive drugs and are a class of drugs widely used in the treatment of anxiety. They are commonly referred to as the anti-anxiety drugs. However, in addition to producing anti-anxiety effects, all benzodiazepines exert sedative, hypnotic, muscle relaxant, and anticonvulsant effects. These pharmacological actions are useful in a variety of clinical conditions. Several benzodiazepines are marketed as hypnotics, which include nitrazepam, flunitrazepam, flurazepam, and temazepam. These drugs are also preferred for producing sedation. Some newly developed benzodiazepines are doxyfazepam, which is somewhat more potent than flurazepam, and quazepam, which is a rapidly acting short-term hypnotic drug reported to exhibit a low incidence of side effects. Quazepam is a benzodiazepine 2-thione. Midazolam and triazolam have imidazolo and triazolo rings respectively fused to benzodiazepine system. Estazolam is another drug which is related to the triazolam drug. A novel benzodiazepine analog is brotizolam, which is a hypnotic sedative approximately 60 to 100 times more potent than flurazepam. Loprazolam mesylate is a potent sedative hypnotic drug belonging to second generation of annulated 1,4-benzodiazepines. In moderate doses, the actions of benzodiazepines is remarkably like that of barbiturates, but they are most selective. The mode of action of benzodiazepines is reportedly based on their targeting the inhibitory neurotransmitter receptors directly activated by the GABA, that is gamma aminobutyric acid. The major type of GABA receptor in brain is GABA A receptor, which mediates the most of the rapid inhibitory neurotransmission in the central nervous system. Benzodiazepines bind with high affinity and specificity to GABA A receptors and allosterically modulate its activity. They do not get GABA A receptors but require GABA to express their effects. Thus, in broader sense, benzodiazepines cause enhancement of GABA, the major inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain. A mention may be made here of two drugs which are non-benzodiazepines, but their actions resemble those that of benzodiazepines due to their agonist effects on benzodiazepine receptor. Zolpidem is an imidazopyridine which was introduced in Europe in 1988 and in USA in 1993. Zolpidem has similar sedative properties to benzodiazepines but has minimal anxiolytic, muscle relaxant, and anticonvulsant properties. The actions of zolpidem are due to agonist effect on benzodiazepine receptors. It is used as a tartrate. The other non-benzodiazepine sedative hypnotic drug is zopiclone, a pyrrolopyrazine. It has similar sedative, muscle relaxant, and anticonvulsant properties to those of benzodiazepines. Like other benzodiazepines, its actions are mediated by enhancement of the activity of GABA in the brain. The drug was introduced in UK in 1989. Zaleplon is another non-benzodiazepine drug that has a pyrazolopyrimidine system. Although structurally unrelated to benzodiazepines, it preferentially binds to the benzodiazepine receptor site on GABA A receptors. Tolerance, rebound insomnia, or withdrawal symptom after stopping the drug do not occur with this drug. Now, coming to the chemistry of benzodiazepines. The term benzodiazepine refers to the portion of the structure composed of a benzene ring, ring A, fused to a seven-membered diazepine ring, as shown in the structure that is ring B. The numbering system followed for all the benzodiazepines is as shown in the figure. Since all the important benzodiazepines contain a 5-aryl substituent that is ring C and a 1,4-diazepine ring, the term has come to mean that the 5-aryl 1,4-benzodiazepines. Various modifications in the structure of the ring systems have yielded compounds with similar activities, including 1,5-benzodiazepines, that is clobazam, and compounds in which the fused benzene ring is replaced with heteroaromatic systems such as thionoring, for example brotizolam. The chemical nature of the substituents at positions 1 to 3 can vary widely and can include triazolo or imidazolo rings fused at positions 1 and 2. Replacement of ring C with a keto function at position 5 and a methyl substituent at position 4 is an important structural feature of the benzodiazepine receptor antagonists, for example fumazenil. In addition to various benzodiazepines or imidazolo benzodiazepine derivatives, a large number of non-benzodiazepine compounds compete with classical benzodiazepines or flumazenil for binding at specific sites in the central nervous system. These drugs include representatives from the beta carbolines, which contain an indole nucleus fused to a pyridine ring, imidazopyridines, for example zolpidem, imidazoloquinolones, and cyclopyrrolones, for example ezopiclone. The various types of benzodiazepines, depending on the chemical structure, such as 1,4-benzodiazepines, triazolobenzodiazepines, imidazolobenzodiazepines, and miscellaneous category with examples and structures have been discussed in the previous lesson. Please refer. Now moving on to the clinical uses of benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines are the drugs of first choice for treating anxiety and insomnia. They are superior drugs as sedatives and hypnotics over the barbiturates and other general CNS depressants. They are safer drugs than the general CNS depressants and have a lower potential for abuse. Most benzodiazepines can be used interchangeably. For example, diazepam can be used for alcohol withdrawal and most benzodiazepines work as hypnotics. In general, the therapeutic uses of benzodiazepines depend on the T-half and may not match the FDA-approved indications. Benzodiazepines are used to treat partial seizures and also to treat Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, that is petit malvariance, and for patients who have failed to respond to succinimide drugs such as ethosuximide. 3 benzodiazepines such as diazepam, clonazepam, and clorazepate are approved for use as anticonvulsants. Diazepam is used intravenously to control seizures and it is the drug of choice for treatment of status epilepticus. Clonazepam is used for oral treatment of petit mal seizures in children and clorazepate is used with other anti-epileptic agents to control partial seizures. As anxiolytics, benzodiazepines are used in primary anxieties, that is panic disorder and generalized anxiety. As hypnotics, flurazepam, temazepam, and triazolam are specifically popular. As anticonvulsants, diazepam is used in emergency control of status epilepticus. As muscle relaxants, diazepam can be used for muscle spasm due to the muscle strain. In alcohol withdrawal, diazepam can be used. The table illustrates the half-lives and therapeutic uses of some benzodiazepines. This is the list of references followed for the lesson. That's all in this video, an introduction to benzodiazepines, their chemistry and clinical uses. In the next lesson, we will discuss the structure-activity relationship and the mechanism of action of benzodiazepines. Till then, never stop learning and never stop watching my videos. Thank you for watching this video.